Welcome to season 2 of CANversations, where we've changed our voices to protect the innocent.
I'm just kidding. It's International Women's Day, but part of the Can Cartel here, we've got Andy Bestwick and Kaya Waldman. We're gonna go for a quick surf. We'll get back to you in a little bit. Well, how's it going, everybody? My name's Seth. Today I got Andy Bestwick with me. On behalf of the Spirit of Can, we are talking with Kaya Waldman today.
Hi, guys.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
We had a really fun surf this morning. Yeah. Andy
Amazing.
pretty much caught most of the waves, but
He
Kaya
definitely
showed us
did.
how to really surf for the most part.
Andy won the heat.
Not the style points.
Well, we're extremely excited to kick off the new series of CANversations on International Women's Day with what we think of as a rock star woman. A role model that's coming into a bigger role in life, and you're still on the younger end of the spectrum, at least compared to us old dogs. Sure. We won't get into age or anything like that, but can you share a little bit about who you are, and then we'll talk a little bit about what you've been doing.
Sure. My name is Kaya, and basically I just love to surf. I've been surfing half my life now, and this year some really special things happened with it.
So you said that you've gone through something recently. What would this something be?
I was able to participate in the Red Bull Magnitude contest, and it's actually because we're in Women's History Month, it's very relatable to that. It was the first ever women's big wave contest, only women, and the first ever basically contest that they could just surf big waves. No guys are involved, so it was pretty awesome for the girls.
So it was Red Bull Magnitude.
Yeah.
And is it still, how does this work? Because this is different than a lot of other contests.
So it was a 3-month-long virtual big wave contest, and we had some guidelines. So the swell had to be over 15 foot, and it was from December 1st to February 28th. And in that time period, we had 3 swells. So each of those swells, Red Bull would send out a film crew and a water safety crew to be with the girls at 3 different locations. So I was on Oahu and got to surf the outer reef breaks as well as Waimea, and basically get some video submissions and try to do my best.
We got to see a couple of those. Some pretty radical shots.
Definitely.
One particular shot that got around there for a little bit was kind of in the middle, I think, of the contest, where you snapped a board.
Yep.
Now, these boards are not, your typical high competition short boards, like the paper chip things that, really lightweight. This is a serious board. In
Yep.
fact, they call them,
A gun.
A gun.
Yep.
Andy loves this. So a big gun is what you ride on big waves. And they're not the most maneuverable boards, right? So, and they're thick. I mean, what do you know what the dimensions were on what's the dimensions on a board that you ride on big waves?
That one that I broke was a 10-4. I think it was almost 4 inches thick. It was like this thick, very, very heavy.
And it was like broken right in the middle too,
Yeah.
not just the nose or anything like that. Yeah.
I know, I missed that board. And it wasn't my board either, so felt really bad.
Oh.
But I think it's actually getting fixed right now, and the guy fixing it said it will be rideable again,
Nice.
which I've never seen a gun broken in half been able to ride again, so I'm hoping that it works out.
some guys that do really good job on those repairs, they put dowels and everything inside the board, and they
Yeah.
will never break in the same spot again.
Wow.
So almost the repair makes the border like indestructible in that area.
Yep.
So I believe that's possible.
I
Yeah.
think it's possible.
Yeah, why
Yeah,
not?
I hope to ride it again.
So you had to borrow somebody's board,
Yeah.
and then you broke it, and then you were able to get another one though.
Yep, I got another one, and that one actually was like a magic board, and so I had some of the like best, like hardest drops in my life. They became makeable on that board,
Ah.
so it was a game changer. And yeah, I'm just excited for the next big swell.
And how did you get that board?
My boyfriend, he got it for me. He was helping fix Uncle Max Medeiros' house, and so he got a good deal on it from Uncle Max Medeiros and Ebert Surfboards. They teamed up together and made me my lavender cream magic board.
So that board was made for you though. So you didn't have
Yeah.
to, that one. You're not borrowing that one.
Nope, that's
Awesome.
mine to keep.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, so a lot of people, mothers in particular, I guess, I don't know, would look at someone like you, like young, and why would you go and ride a gigantic wave? And like to the majority of humanity, this is terrifying. Not only riding the wave, but even being in the ocean for some people is really hard. So, how are you that crazy, but you're not?
Thanks. It's just exhilarating. It's kind of, to me, it's a lifestyle, and it's taught me so much, and it's made me have a dedication and just kind of a way that I need to live my life because I love it so much. It makes me focused. It makes me want to, eat healthy, stay active, train. It's kind of like, I relate it to kind of being like an extreme athlete because to handle those waves, you want to be in the best shape you can be. So it's made me very focused. And yeah, it's the best feeling ever. So.
Well, those are super important aspects of what we believe to be the spirit of Can that we see definitely in you, and hope that your story can help inspire some others. Well, you brought up a few things, training and health and being the best version of yourself so that you can go and do this radical thing.
Yeah.
Is that something that you think that anybody can train to do? Or well, let's ask that first. Do you think that anybody could go and do what you do?
I think that it takes dedication. Like, you need to be focused, you need to have the right training, the right mind state, and you want to have that drive to catch that wave because it can be pretty scary. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I get scared every time I do it. And I say, I'm never gonna surf again, and then and then I catch my first wave, and then it's like, all that just disappears. So it's like, you have to be willing to have those ups and downs and to really just commit to it. So I say if somebody wants that, they have to know that it comes with all of that, not just getting that perfect big wave.
Yeah. So we're not talking about an Instagram moment or something. You'd be like, oh, I'd like to try that out one day. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to work your way up to it a little bit.
Totally.
Yep.
Can I?
And putting in the work is what it's about.
Yeah, totally. Can I ask, what's the routine like? So the Red Bull Magnitude Big Wave Contest, when they call you up that day and say, hey, the waves are, what's the height again that it needs to be? It's
15 foot.
15 foot, okay.
Yep.
When they tell you, hey, it's game on, today's the day, what's the routine that you go through to prepare, even physically or mentally, just so people can understand like what you go through to get ready to go out and take that on?
So we can kind of track the swell like at least like definitely we know we're going to surf at least like a week to 5 days in advance. So from 5 days to a week before the swell, I'm eating a lot of food, drinking a lot of water, and I'm starting to go to bed 9, 10 o'clock at the latest. Just getting very rested so that when that day comes and the waves are big, I can stay out there like 6 hours without drinking water, without coming in, nonstop paddling, maybe taking some beatings. So that week and basically every single day I want to be doing yoga, stretching, so that if I do get pounded, I'm not going to break anything, hopefully. And I just like to surf and just breathe. Breathing is good. And then the day before a swell, sometimes, usually a lot of times, I'll get some nerves, so I'll go on a run and jump and up and down.
Shake things up.
Shake it up.
So it's almost an endurance sport coupled with an action sport. It's like it's kind of almost an all-in-one.
Yeah.
Is that specific to big wave surfing, or because you're going to be out there for a 6-hour period?
I say that's surfing in general, but big waves, a lot of it is heightened because you have to be hyper aware of all your surroundings. You have to be on it, like on your top game, for however long you choose to stay out there, or until the ocean tells you it's time to go in.
So that general ocean awareness is really key too, because
Yeah.
things shift and change really quickly, and you are paying attention to that nature of the ocean. When it says it's time to get out, then you don't force it.
Yeah, I think like ocean awareness is one of the most important things because it is way more powerful than I could ever be. So I just knowing that, I like to go out there respectfully, and if it's getting too dangerous, I respect that and I will go in.
Being in Hawaii in general, you get off the airplane and you get the video screens talking about rip currents and stuff like that. And if we look out at the ocean today, the average person would be like, "Oh, that looks pretty gentle and not a big deal." But the littlest shift in the current, or your parents aren't looking after you, or whatever, I don't know, when the lifeguard's distracted, it only takes a second.
Yeah.
And you're going out into really heavy conditions. So you got a very physical component for what you're doing. It sounds also to me like there is a very significant mental component to me. And that's something that we like to dive into with the Spirit of Can, because not everybody's got the same physical makeup, but we do all have really powerful minds. And whether we talk to ourselves and tell us ourselves we can or we cannot do something, whether we say we can or we can't, we're right. And so essentially, we talked earlier about squashing what ifs. So you're paddling out there. Are you thinking, what if everything goes wrong?
I think if I were to take that out with me while I was paddling out, all of those what ifs, those bad things that I were to think about, I feel like they would happen because I would already be expecting those things. You want to be prepared for those things, but you don't want to bring those onto yourself.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah. I love that. I was told by a really wise person one time that worrying is literally kind of like praying for what you don't want. It's like asking for what you don't want.
Wow.
It's not saying you don't use discernment, with decision making and circumstantial awareness, but if you're constantly worried, you're never going to make it across the street.
Yep.
Let alone do something amazing like sled down a 20-foot face of a wave. Now we're talking about this, and you really think about it. It's like, for those of you that might be in like Wyoming or somewhere in the middle of the U.S., imagine like 5 or 6 or just several Olympic-sized swimming pools rearing up behind you in a wall form, and you're like, "Oh, I'm gonna ride that. Yeah, that's gonna be cool." That's wild.
Yeah.
So then, not only are you gonna ride it, but you're gonna escape it, and you're gonna come out alive and laughing and want to go do it again. That's kind of special.
It is.
Can you talk a little bit about what it's like dealing with the skis? So, for beginner surfers like myself and people that have never been around that action, can you just describe the scene of all of those surfers and the skis being around you, and anything related to how you had to learn to work with the ski, because that seems like a bit of a partnership. I want to say ski, I mean a jet ski that's out there collecting you guys and keeping you safe. If you could talk a little bit about that.
being in this competition, it was so much action, and the water safety are some of the bravest, strongest people who have like the most ocean awareness that I've ever met. Like, those guys are risking their lives for people who are risking their lives. And I'm so grateful for the water safety, the North Shore lifeguards, and also like all the photographers that are out there too. There's guys, I think they're crazier than I am, out there swimming with their cameras in that huge surf. And I don't know how they do it, but yeah, so you need to be in tune with like what you're doing as well as like the signals that those guys are giving you. Like this is something I learned that I didn't know before, that after you wipe out on a wave, you have to tap your head like this or like with one hand to let them know that you're okay, because if you don't do that, they're going to think you're not okay. And then they're going to go and try to rescue you. So you have to have good communication skills with them because they're risking it for you.
Yeah, that's vital. All right. Well, changing the scale and the scope of the environment that you like to surf in, you brought up that you want to get your shortboard game stronger. What does that look like? So you're already, a really young, one of the youngest in the competition, right? Big wave surfer, and you want to broaden your scope for competition.
Yeah, I am looking into maybe competing more in the shortboard arena, but my focus is primarily big waves. But for fun, my goal for this year is to land my first air on a shortboard. If I could do that, that'd be super sick. Haven't landed it yet.
Kalia seems like a pretty good spot for that. You get all the weird wind chop, launch ramp type waves that are real punchy. Cool. What is that going to take? What do you need? What are your new goals now?
My new goals: land my first air. I would like to be able to be in the best shape of my life, so training every day, so that if I get an opportunity to go to Jaws, I'm ready. That is one of my lifelong goals, is to surf Jaws.
You haven't surfed there yet?
No.
What are the big wave spots that you've surfed?
I've surfed my home break on Kauai, my big wave spot Honolulu, and then on Oahu I've surfed the outer reefs as well as Waimea.
Cool. You haven't been out to Kini Kini on the west side over here?
Not
that one
West
holds.
Really?
That one holds. If you get, we'll have to figure that out. But
okay.
When you get the bigger swells that kind of shuts down everything here, Kini Kini will hold, and it's actually got a really nice channel and all the things that are really important for big wave surfing.
We gotta get a ski, right?
We gotta get a ski.
Okay.
No, actually, not necessarily.
Awesome, I'm ready.
Have you done toe-in surfing? Do you have
briefly on just like smaller barreling waves, but I tried once with my gun, trying to just like stand up off my gun and get towed into a wave, and that was pretty challenging. So I want to get a tow board and maybe eventually start towing next winter, but for now I like to paddle, so that's okay.
This all sounds really awesome, and it sounds like you've got a really strong personal journey. Are you doing this all on your own?
No, I'm not. I've got a really great team. Spirit of Can is pretty awesome. Thank you guys. I have my uncle and my mom. My boyfriend's a big supporter, and I have a lot of friends who like to work out with me and go surfing. And yeah, that's my team, my crew. They're the best.
We like to highlight that stuff too. The foundational kind of system that Annie built the Spirit of Can out of, conceptually wise, was based on Maslow's hierarchy of human needs. I can't remember exactly how it goes, but you're touching on all of those things in your story, and it just shows that resilience, that strength in character, comes from so many elements that we do have control over. And nurturing relationships that are supportive in your life are foundational. so that you, I mean, there are great people out there doing things completely on their own, and that's possible. There is CAN for sure in that too, but building that system of support is we think is definitely one of the bottom tiers on that needs list for humanity. And the more that we can support each other, the more that we can do great things. So that's why we're sitting here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I love the aspect of your uncle and what he helped out with. Can you talk a little bit about that and him and just sort of like the whole surf school mentality that he brought to you?
Yeah, my uncle is like a waterman at heart. He is the one that shared the love of the ocean and surfing with me. And, you know, we talk every day still. He always gives me his words of wisdom and advice. And he's like family to me. And, well, it was really great having him. It was kind of like my mentor growing up. He would take me to the beach, give me some advice before I go surfing. And, yeah, I think that really shaped, like, who I am as a person. And I owe a lot of it to him.
I loved his interview where he was just really, really cool. And then didn't mind sharing that he was basically, you know, taking you without your mom's permission and getting you into this thing. And look at what's happening here now.
Yeah.
Is he still like that with you now?
Him and I have like a really cool relationship. He's a little older now, so he can't go in the water, but we used to be able to surf together, and oh, it was so much fun. My sister and I used to joke because we never saw him ever fall on his surfboard.
Wow.
So we were like, I wonder if he'll ever fall one day, but you know, he never did.
How about that? Super cool.
Yeah. I wish I could say that about today or any other day.
We got a couple
Me
of your
too.
wipeouts, but they look good.
Yeah, you got to get those in there.
Full send.
So I just wanted to say, honor surfing with you today. Obviously, we love having you represent the brand, and we joke about being startups together. But it was so much fun today surfing at While High, and for me, I could see the difference. And you don't know it, but like in the lineup today, there wasn't a lot of us. But when that wave comes and people are selecting it, and then you take it last second, and people wonder, like, did she get it? And then they're all watching, and there you are, just crushing it. It's so rad. I mean, it's a minor today, and I know it's small waves, but the difference is noticeable when an athlete catches a wave or does anything like that. And I just think it's a neat experience for me today, and it's super fun as a new surfer to be around athletes of your caliber. So just thanks again. It was super fun today.
We believe that you stand out for many reasons. Your action in the water is awesome, but your character is above par.
Thank you.
So we want to continue to nurture all of that any way we can, and we love your ideas and thoughts and input too. If we can all help grow, and then help other people grow in the process too, I think we're winning.
That's the magic.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. It was so fun surfing with you guys, and it's an honor to be a part of CAN. Thank you for supporting me.
You got
Means
it.
a lot.
You got it.
Thank you for joining us for season 2 of CANversations with the CAN Cartel. What? We're not doing the cartel thing anymore with the voices. It's not funny.
My name is Seth Womble, and on behalf of the Spirit of CAN, we'd like to say thank you for joining us for season 2 of CANversations. Super stoked to have Kaya today. That was amazing to get a good surf and learn about some of the things that she's been going through and some of the goals that she's setting. Hopefully you guys out there can find a way to find your CAN, because everybody can. And along with that, we'd also like to give away a couple of things every time we do one of these CANversations, just like we did last season, only we're going to be drawing the names from our email list. So if you'd like to get in on our CANversation giveaways, we've got hats, stickers, shirts, and things like that. Occasionally we're going to give away. Get on our email list, and we're going to draw a name from that group and announce them right here. So let me go get that stuff. All right, Philip Voci, I don't know if I said that right, but out of Oceanside, California, we got a couple of things we want to send you. Keep perpetuating the CAN stoke. Thanks for being around and showing people your spirit of CAN and believing. Got more
more of this stuff to come up. I'm going to give it out to those of you that are on our email list. So sign up through our website, www.spiritofcan.com. Until the next conversation, aloha. Take care of yourself.